Well, Gary, training here this morning, ready for tomorrow's game, and you must be just looking forward to getting back on the pitch again after last week's frustration.
That's it. A bit frustrating last week with travelling the not the longest journey we've done, but still 3 hours, and trained at Villa obviously, and done a lot of prep work during the week for the weekend. But no, as lo and behold, whether it be wind or rain, it didn't quite go ahead, unfortunately. No, but no, looking forward to get back out there this weekend and carrying on some good form.
It sounded like, even though you did a bit of ground hopping in terms of your training last week, you got some really good work done. So 9:30 on Saturday must have been a pretty depressing place over breakfast, was it?
That's it. We'd grafted all week really, and done a lot of tactical work and a lot of physical work in the build up to the weekend. And when we found out on Saturday morning that there was going to be pitch inspection, you're looking at your phone and you're seeing postponements in and around the country, and so you knew it could happen, and you're there, but you'd rather just get it over and done with and get the game on and get it played. And like I said, it wasn't to be. It could have been a lot worse. Could have been Harrogate down at Barnet, couldn't you, and get that called off at half time like they did in midweek. But no, it'll get rearranged at some point, obviously, and we'll go again.
And in terms of having a weekend off and getting your feet up, did you enjoy some relaxation time?
I've got 2 young kids, so I probably had them hanging off my neck all weekend. But no, it's just good to be home for the weekend, obviously, and with the time we got home. Middle of the afternoon on Saturday, there's not really any time to do any training really with the light and stuff. So no, the manager was kind enough to give us a few days off. I think he went to watch Notts County as well, yes. So he didn't quite have the rest that we probably had. But no, it was a nice weekend, yeah.
And then back straight into it on Monday and Tuesday, and got some really good work done again. I guess it's just building that momentum now, trying to build on what we did against Aldershot last week.
Well, that's it. Two different games really. You're preparing for one way in the way that a Solihull play, but Notts County are a different animal. So everything changes again, and whether it be tactical or shape and stuff. We've worked towards that this weekend, and got some really good work in again, and looking to carry on the good home form that we've had recently.
Tomorrow's fixture is one you've been on the winning side in both camps, isn't it, as well? You obviously spent your time at Hartlepool, went on to Notts County, you played against us and won, I think, in Notts County colours. It's a big game, isn't it?
It's big, yeah. We've got a couple of games now coming up against teams who are above us, and we can have a direct impact on those. There's still a couple of teams who've got game in hands on us, so if we can get catch some points up on them and get ahead of them in some cases, then great. But no, it was good to play against them. I've always enjoyed coming up against Notts County again. I think I remember, it was the club I joined, having left here after 5 years, and I just remember, although I was offered a contract here, I just thought it was the right time to leave at the time. I had no real commitments. I was mid-20s, and if there was a time to try something new, it was then, and I loved it. It was, probably looking back at it, it was probably individually the most successful in time I've had of my career. With I think in that first year I picked up 4 Player of the Year awards, and broke a 30-year record from, I think it was a guy called Pedro Richards, who I'd never heard of, but playing every minute of every game in that season, and captain the club at Anfield, and walking out with Steven Gerrard beside me. Stuff like that. It's makes it worthwhile. And a great affiliation with the football club, and I was honoured to be voted in the team of the decade recently for them as well. So. Love that club, and a club that I've always looked out for. Yeah.
Given all of what you've just said there, glowing testimony about it, I bet you were just as nervous as everybody else watching to see what was going to unfold there over the summer. They seem to have watched what Hartlepool have done and thought, we'll have a bit of that, we'll go down the leagues as well. But It was really nervous times for them during the summer.
Yeah, it was a real struggle. Like it was here a couple of years ago, and. They're a massive football club, and they don't deserve, like we don't deserve to be where they are, but we are, and it's all about putting that right, and but sentiment's got out the window on Saturday, as cliched as it is, and I was certainly hoping to get one over on them.
I know you weren't involved, but when we went down there, it had the feel of a real football league game. You know, the crowd, the atmosphere, the quality on display. Are you expecting something similar tomorrow?
Yeah, as long as the wind doesn't spoil it again. But no, if it does, you know, it's the same for both teams, isn't it? But it'll be two good football teams, and you know, two teams who will look to attack. And like I said, our home form recently in terms of wins and goals has been great. So. You know, we'll show them the respect that they deserve in terms of where they're in the league, and you know, there's no getting away from you know, they've had a better season than us, though, that you know, they're above us. So it'll be a tough game, but you know, we're at home. You know, we've got our fans behind us again, and it'll be one that we'll be certainly looking to get 3 points from.